Hey YouTube, sorry it's been a while. The last video I did try to make was on 6-inch grinders. I actually did a teardown on 2 grinders and went over the parts I was able to salvage. And what I was going to do is build a new grinder out of 2 old ones that I had, basically just mix match parts together to make a working one. And what ended up happening was in editing, the video ended up being corrupt and I lost that whole video after it was all edited and finished. I was going to upload it and discovered all this, so kind of took it out of me, all my motivation to make another one for a bit. But I didn't actually make that grinder yet, so this video we're gonna make a 6-inch Mikita grinder out of a bunch of parts that I salvaged. So without further ado, let's go through these parts. All right, as you can see, I got a bit of a mess going on here. We got a bunch of handle parts, one housing, 2 housings with another handle, all the wiring, 2 armatures, 2 heads. The head we're gonna be putting on there is this guy. Pretty sure everything inside is sound. We will wait and see when we have a full grinder that we think might work put together, and we will do a test run on it. And got a couple cords there. We'll have one that we'll use for sure and a backup. I'll probably keep this one as a backup and use this one because this one's relatively new. So this one is the armature we will be using, putting back in hopefully a working grinder. And I'm not sure how well that's gonna go just yet. But you see I got a bit of a washer issue. It's a little bent. I might be able to use it still even with it being bent, because I'm pretty sure this armature is good. It was working when that grinder was working. So out of one of the grinders, I pulled a couple new brushes out, which were brand new, basically just replaced, hardly used. Over in the last video, I had a couple of these brushes that I took out that weren't so new, and they were almost right down to that wear line. See on their 303, there's a line just under that. That's a wear line. So when you get down to about that point, usually your grinder stops working for you around that point, and then that's when you have to change the brushes. Got my other assortment of screws and stuff that I pulled out when I did this. Hopefully out of all this we make a working grinder. And just like that, we're gonna see if we can make a working grinder out of all these parts. I'll make something beautiful out of so much trash. Yes! Handle parts, get the heck out of the way. Frickin' greasy. Make sure that any parts that you take back out come back out, and you kind of put them in the arrangement that they came out in. And then hopefully if you have to put them back in there, you can without too much trouble at all. This could prove to be difficult. That ring is a little busted. See, those are supposed to be straight with each other. That part looks even a little chewed up apparently. This is a good ring, which I pulled out of the grinder that had the blown bearings in it. So that's kind of, hopefully we can get this back in there. Sorry about that. My wife called me. Which is nice to hear from her. So, as soon as I get these gosh darn hand condoms on, I will get back to work. Alright. I'm ready to operate. Bend over. I'm kidding. There's nobody here. There's nobody here. Okay. So, where we left off. We got our armature back into a head here. Now, I will put our drive gear back in. Hopefully the right way here. Take your time with this. Kind of just feel for it. Let the teeth grab each other. There you go. That's how you know you got a grabbing tooth. Greasy.
It's together! It works! It works!
Alright, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We gotta hook some cord to it. Put this in a housing. And put the bushings in. Brushes, not bushings. And we're a little ways away yet.
One of these days, I will learn how to add some music to my videos so you can enjoy them a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I don't know about you, but I enjoy my singing. And, well.
Guess y'all are just gonna have to put up with it.
What's funny about these triggers is they give you a little diagram to show you how it all runs together. So I think we're just gonna start with trying to keep black on one side and white on the other side and see what happens. Now get to screwing. Just about cross-threaded this one. Whew, that could have been probably not entirely safe, but we're not gonna find out. We're just gonna back that sucker off and put it in the right way. It's times like these where if humanity had the ability to attach another set of arms to a person, whether it be mechanical or grown by stem cells or dunk me in a vat of nuclear waste, I just might do it. I just might do it. You have any idea how handy, no pun intended, it would be to have an extra 2 set of arms attached to a person? You look like 4 arms from Ben 10. Or like some kind of weird Indian god. That's East Indian, by the way. Dot Indian, not Feather Indian. Thanks, Russell Peters.
Okay, we got our black on the left side, white on the right side.
Now, before I get the handle assembly all together, I'm going to plug this sucker in, pull the trigger, and see what happens to this end. Got the brushes in there. Hopefully all the teeth in here are syncing up properly. Now, hopefully we don't kill ourselves in some way, but I think we will be fine.
Alright, got time plugging.
Make sure you knee your chair. Very important. All right, moment of truth, people. Look at that! It's alive! And it doesn't sound too bad. Everybody be aware, you have to have a good grip on this end before you pull the trigger. It's dimming the lights a little bit. All right, now let's unplug it and put the handle back together. Did anybody see where the handle I was going to use went? Oh, it's right down here. It's on the floor. By the way, while we're just assembling this handle, so it's not so boring, how I was inspired to do videos on YouTube in the first place. I think before, on my introduction video, I said grind hard plumbing. Well, there's a couple others that inspired me quite greatly that I, for whatever reason, did not mention. So I am sorry about that. Colin Furs from the UK. You are definitely a huge inspiration. You are a genius. I love watching your crazy videos. Just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, grind hard plumbing, definitely. I like your Power Wheels mods. You guys are freaking balling with them Power Wheels mods. Oh, look at that. Your Jaguar lawnmower. Your drift trikes. Colin Furs has a couple of drift trikes. Heck, he even shows you how to make one without a welding machine, which is perfect because I'm a welder without a welder at home. Wouldn't you know it, eh?
Such a lonely day. The most loneliest day of my life. Alrighty.
Okay, so this is hilarious. I put my gosh darn housing in upside down. Look at that. This is supposed to match with this. Oh, and Mikita is supposed to be the right side up. Okay, well, how about if I skip over the part where I switch all this over and we'll just forget that ever happened, okay? Okay. All right, so I got that grinder put together the right way this time. And we're outside under the deck. Gonna do a little bit of a test. Got a disc on there. No, not though. I don't recommend that. No guard, no handle. I really don't recommend that. That is not safe. But for the purposes of testing it, because I have nothing else to do right now, I'm going to. So I got my safety glasses. I got my gloves, as pretty as they are. What more do you want from me? Well, so we're going to do this test. Plus, I'm excited to blow some sparks. Let's see some sparks fly. And just like that, we take 2 broken grinders and we put it in a one to make 1 working grinder. How cool is that? So like, subscribe, and comment if you really feel like it's necessary. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Out!